Chris, thanks a lot for joining us. We talk a lot after matches, obviously, to the manager, but we wanted to get the players' perspective because things haven't been going well. What's the players' view of what's gone wrong recently?
It's probably a tough question. I don't think there's one magic answer that I could give you that I could put my finger on, because if it was that easy, then we probably wouldn't have been in the situation that we are right now. But quite simply, we haven't been good enough to win games. We haven't kept the ball out of our net well enough as a team. I'm not just putting that on defenders, as people might simplify, and we haven't been creative enough at the other end. And I know that's maybe a bit of a cliche and the easy way out, but that's plain and simple. We need to take responsibility as players that we need to do more. We've got to be more creative, have a bit more brilliance around the box, a bit more creativity, and we have to work harder as a group to make sure that teams don't get easy chances against us, and that comes down to every single person, the responsibility and knowing their job and doing their job. And as captain, I've got a responsibility on the pitch to make sure that happens, and it didn't today. So I'll be going away and seeing where I can do more.
Early in the season, Rangers got some terrific results. I know that predates your time at the club. What gets said about some of those performances?
There has been, looking back and seeing that we have the quality to do it. I think that should give us the hope and the encouragement that we have the ability in this squad to win games in the division and win them comfortably. There's an awful lot of talent in the dressing room. But how do we bring that to the table? What does it look like on a match day? Are we able to get the best out of everybody? That's what it comes down to. So whether that be forward players or whether that be defenders, how are we able to bring their very best on a match day? And obviously in this run we haven't managed to do that. So we need to try even harder. We need to think of things that we are doing or that we're not doing maybe, and have those honest conversations with each other and also with ourselves. How dedicated are we off the pitch? You know, are we asking those questions of ourselves and each other? And because it needs it right now. The situation is pretty desperate, I would say. I don't think that's a reach to say that. We're in a position that nobody wants to be in as a player, as members of staff, and obviously as fans that care about this club very deeply. So I'm for sure committed to making sure that we do everything we possibly can to get the results that we need between now and the end of the season.
The gaffer's given you the captain's armband today and on other occasions. What's he said to you about what he wants from you in that role?
Try and lead by example and try and get the lads to follow. Show the ultimate commitment and everything that I possibly have, I think. And hopefully everybody follows that and they see that. But it's not just about the captain, and I know you have the responsibility, and obviously the manager sees that in whoever he chooses to give the armband to. But I think everybody needs to take on that responsibility, and everyone can be a leader in their own right. You can be talking and give information to people, you can help them through the game and guide them through the game, and I think that's something that the group is fairly young, and probably not as many talkers as what I've seen at other clubs. So I think that's something that we need to try to get better at as a group.
You had a spell at Norwich early in your career. How much are you looking forward to Wednesday's game?
Yeah, I've had some good games against them actually since I've left the club. It's always it's a club I'll always look back on fondly. Obviously, I had my chance in football at Norwich. Played there from the age of 10. My mum was actually a season ticket holder, so a lot of affinity, I would say, with the club, and had some good times there too. But I will be giving absolutely everything to make sure that they go home empty-handed on Wednesday night.